My name is Nassine Sabs.
Let me ask you a question. Has anything ever happened to you that you couldn't explain? That made you feel sort of foolish when you tried to tell somebody about it? Well, if it has, you have plenty of company, as you'll soon see.
You know, like I've been complaining about, all the humans are gone. All the humans have been soul scalped. And once you get soul scalped, most of them really don't get control of their bodies back. It's like the alien that scalped and took over their body doesn't let them have control back. Most of them end up in the fifth dimension in limbo. That's where most of them end up going. And there's a lot of them there.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
This can't be. Be what? Be real?
It's going into replication.
Hey, Pa.
Imagine a world where you can be anyone. Go anywhere. Do anything. Robotic human surrogates combine the durability of a machine with the grace and beauty of the human body. With most people living their lives through their surrogate selves, our world has become a safer place. Take a seat in your STEM chair, and just with the power of your mind, you can control your surrogate and send it out into the real world. You can finally live the life you've always dreamt of, without any risk or danger to yourself.
We are confronted with an unprecedented situation. 2 people have died while connected to their surrogates.
I think we may actually have a homicide here. First one in years.
The public cannot be allowed to get the idea that using a surrogate can be fatal.
Especially if it's true.
Using clones and synthetics, which are fake Barbie plastic skin type humans, and even with transgenders, their plan to deceive people has been in full operation mode for 70 years now, folks. Now, on TV, everything you hear is a lie. Everything you think is real is fake. Even the fake humans, because the real ones are hired. And then they're replaced with fake robots, what we call synthetics. But what's even worse is that many of these humans are imprisoned in an underground base, or even an off-world base. And they take these humans, and they put their bodies in some kind of stasis or coma, and they activate and use their brains via computers. This is what they're doing now with Neuralink and map lacing, or neural lacing. They've moved on from cyborgs to this neural lacing, Neuralink thing. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. The father showed it to me, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I can't even find pictures to even remotely come close to what I've seen. These humans' brains are alive, folks. The reason they do this is to have the human linked to the computer, direct the clone on Earth or in society, to think and act as they would themselves if that was really them. The clone replacement doesn't know that they aren't real. They think they're real. They have the memories, thoughts that the real one has. They have a copy of the host brain inside them via computer. Transhumanism. This is a grade beyond transhumanism. This is almost like an idea of what I'm trying to present of brain sharing. We have file sharing on computers. This is what they're doing. They're brain sharing. You have the host who's on the table hooked up to a computer, and his clone look-alike is operating in society as he would be doing. He's acting like him. They're like twins. Only he's locked on a table, hooked up to a machine, and he's operating in society. This is what they're doing. And yet they want you to think this is technology they are working on and trying to develop. Folks, they've been doing it for a long time. Neuralink is pursuing what Elon Musk calls the neural lace technology, implanting tiny brain electrodes that may one day upload and download thoughts, the journal reported. Yeah, they're already doing it, folks.
I try to describe what I see all the time. It's called neural lacing. They're already doing it. And then what they do is they make a clone or look-alike of your body, of who you are. They clone you, and they put that person out in society to take your place. So let's say John. We'll give him the name John. John gets kidnapped off the streets. He's put in a glass coffin, the electrodes on. Then they clone John, and clone B goes out into society to live as John A. So John B, who has all the thoughts and memories of John A, he knows where to go, where he lives, who his wife, who his kids are, whatever, his family, he recognizes them all, because he has John's A brain in him. So he thinks he's John, but he's really just a clone, doesn't know it. And John A is fully aware of what John B is doing. Okay? Because he can see and hear everything John B is experiencing, seeing, and doing. Because see that it's a two-way transmitter. Like I said, the RFID chips are. Neural lacing's the same thing. You can send signals and receive signals. And so John A and B are very connected. Only John A doesn't know John B exists. John B doesn't know A exists. He thinks he's the real deal, but he's not. But the guy stuck in the coffin, he knows what's going on. And he can't do a thing about it. All they can do is sit there and watch his life being played out by a fake clone. And so what that person can do is send thoughts to the clone. Like if he's talking to somebody, he can send his thoughts on how he would answer the person's question or whatever. They're indirect. It's like they're sharing a brain. He can share a brain with the clone that's operating in society on his behalf. That's how creepy this technology is.
They've already been doing it.
Elon Musk has announced another visionary technology company. His new company Neuralink will work on linking human brains with computers, using nerve lacing technology. This invention would allow people to interact directly with the machines, without the need to use a physical interface. As reported by the Wall Street Journal, the form of neuronal lacing works is that the electrodes are implanted in the brain that will allow you to send thoughts back and forth with a computer, loading and unloading them. The benefits of this technology lie in helping humans expand their cognitive functions, including memory. Musk recently spoke about this type of technology, seeing it as a human way to interact with machines and superintelligences. The fit of the nerves will be like an additional layer in our usual human intelligence. More details about Neuralink will not be released next week, according to the Musk tweet. Initial applications of Neuralink technology could be in the treatment of disorders such as epilepsy or severe depression. A possible prototype for a neural socket is described in a 2015 article by a group of chemists and engineers, who look to use what they called electronic mesh to create a very fine mesh, which is injected with a needle into the brain. What's next? That we'll have to wait to know the details.
I don't mean to brag, I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm gonna be honest, I have the shingle shot too. And I still get my period. What? Yes! Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice, so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's creepy. I told you, you know, you guys, back in 2005, the invasion had already begun. And these are the ways they do things. This is how they've been taking over the world. Everyone's waiting for an outward manifestation of UFOs to attack the world, and that means the aliens are here. They've been working here all along. The invasion already began in 2005. They're replacing people all over the planet with fakes. India, the Middle East, those were the first target areas. And like I said, ask yourself, why does Beijing have the largest cloning facility in the world? Why do they need a clone when they have 1.2 billion people in population as it is? Why do they need more clones? Because they're replacing the real humans with clones. And then you take the real human, you stick it in the base, and you practice science with it, like Neuralink. They use these people as guinea pigs and lab rats to perfect their technologies. That's how they got the whole idea with the chip implanting, connecting them to the main computer, the beast computers. They've been using people as lab rats for years to be experimented on. They can wire your brain. They're doing it now. It's called Neuralink. Only I don't think anybody else has picked up the thing that I did on the two different aspects of how they're doing it, with the first, the John A. being locked up in the base, and John B. living in society as the real person. And the reason they're so lifelike and so sellable that you would never think that it's a fake is because he thinks, speaks, and does exactly the same things John A. would do. They're already doing it, folks. They've already fooled you. If I named politicians that are actually neural-laced already, you would die. You would die. It's already been in your faces. And I like how they say AIs, robots, robotic, whatever, synthetics. And when they show them, they look like those Iron Man type robots, aluminum metal type, whatever. Really? They're so far beyond that. If you want to see the AI robots that they say they're working on, just turn to Fox News. Any of them, the news reporters, and ask yourself, why do they all have voices? Why do their other voices sound so familiar? Especially with the women. Like they all share the same voice box. And you hear it in the clones on the fake commercials during the day, too. Daytime TV commercials. They all have that same fake. Well, it's just the same voice. It's just a female voice. Yeah, I guess, hey, cheap labor. You don't really have to pay them. You just turn them off after the broadcast or after they do their little commercial. You just put them back in the box. Turn them off and put them back in the box. We're surrounded by fakes. Everything is just an illusion for the puppets that are controlling the earth.
Today, Canada is the only country in the G7 that has a free trade agreement with all G7 countries.
I don't mean to brag, I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm going to be honest, I have the shingle shot too. And I still get my period. What? Yes! Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice, so nice.